do a quick roundup on the CBI's investigation. As I'm in Kolkata here, traversing through the streets here, I'm looking at the anger that's growing among its citizens. The anger is real. People here feel very personal about what's happened at the RG Kar with the young doctor raped and murdered. But here's a quick look at the CBI on what it reveals. There were lots of aspersions cast on whether this was a gang rape. Now, the CBI, as per its report, has ruled out the angle of gang rape, but yet the CBI looking at the fact that there's been multiple attempts to cover up this crime by the hospital authorities. Here's a quick roundup on all that was presented before the Supreme Court by the CBI in its first report at the Apex Court today.
The CBI is one more step closer to cracking the rape and murder of a female doctor at the RG Kar Hospital and Medical College in Kolkata on August 9. Sources in the CBI tell India Today, DNA evidence has confirmed that the victim was sexually assaulted and killed by the accused in custody, Sanjay Roy. While this crucial development narrows down the focus to Roy, a civic volunteer hired by the Kolkata police, the investigators have not ruled out the involvement of other individuals. The probe has exposed significant lapses in the actions of the hospital's former principal, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh. CBI sources allege Dr. Ghosh failed to secure the crime scene promptly, which may have led to crucial evidence being compromised. According to sources, evidence collected by the CBI suggests the crime scene may have been tampered with. The sources also point to the delay in filing the first information report, raising questions about whether this was a deliberate attempt to obstruct justice. The ongoing renovation at the hospital is also under scrutiny for potentially altering the original state of the site. As Dr. Ghosh faces his 7th consecutive day of questioning by the CBI on Thursday, forensic experts are closely examining the vehicle used by Ghosh. The Central Industrial Security Force has been deployed outside the RG Kar Medical College to maintain law and order as directed by the Supreme Court.
As we see, the CISF has just arrived at the RG Kar Hospital. This was based on the Supreme Court's orders, and of course the Home Ministry then following up on this. The CISF have just arrived. There are 2 battalions who have just arrived in those 2 buses there. The buses are standing right outside where the CISF have been brought. They've arrived. You see many lady officers who are also part of it, several lady officers who are part of it, as we're looking at female doctors who have been protesting.
The CBI's findings so far point to glaring lapses in the handling of the case, raising serious concerns about the actions of those in positions of responsibility at the hospital. With Munish Pandey and Nabila Jamal in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, what we see in the CBI report is quite clear. These are details that we've got from Munish Pandey, our correspondent. He tracks very closely the agencies, the central agencies. The CBI's report, Munish, is quite clear that they rule out the angle of gang rape. That was a matter of huge concern for the family members and the extensive protesters who were out here even today, 2 weeks after that gang rape and that rape and murder. That gang rape angle has been ruled out. Why don't you clarify for us a little more elaborately on that angle of gang rape that the CBI has mentioned, saying that all the evidence points out that it was Sanjay Roy indeed who committed the heinous crime?
Well, Nabila, we have spoken to our sources within the Central Bureau of Investigation. What the sources have indicated to India Today that in the primary investigation, it appears that it is a case of rape, not gang rape. And there are 3 grounds for it. First is the forensic reports. The CBI claims that they have gone through the forensic reports which was made by Kolkata police. Also, it was given to the forensic experts, of the Central Bureau of Investigation, and forensic evidence is very crucial in any homicide case, and here we are talking about rape and murder. Forensic report is very conclusive in this case, and as of now, according to CBI sources, it appears that the main accused is Sanjay Roy because the DNA has also matched. The second ground is the CCTV footage. The CBI sources have told India Today that they have gone through the CCTV footage of entire day. The only person who can be seen entering the crime scene or exiting the crime scene during the period when the alleged crime took place, it is Sanjay Roy. So again, it is a confirmation that Sanjay Roy is main accused in the case, who was arrested by Kolkata police and later by the Central Bureau of Investigation. The third point is autopsy report, which also indicates involvement of Sanjay Roy. But Nabila, at this point of time, CBI says that they will be sending the forensic reports and the forensic evidence to expert team, independent experts, so that they can get a confirmation whether it was an act for which Sanjay Roy is responsible or whether there were more people involved in it. So as of now, the indication is very clear that Sanjay Roy is main accused in the case. But as far as, the other lapses are concerned, that is the area where CBI is focusing. Nabila.
All right, Munish, thanks very much. But for the record, I'm right here at the RG Kar Hospital, and we hear the doctors saying that they are not satisfied with the way the investigation has proceeded. I asked them very clearly about the CBI's report of the gang rape, ruling out the gang rape angle. Many of them believe that, they don't want to comment on the gang rape angle, but they feel that this is a larger conspiracy. Now, that's also an angle that the CBI is still probing into, and their prime suspect on that front is Sandeep Ghosh, the ex-principal of this very college, the RG Kar Hospital and College. Let me take you through this big news coming in. As the CBI currently is grilling Sandeep Ghosh, we hear in the latest, he's now being taken to the Sealdah court. That's the latest information we have on the ex-principal Sandeep Ghosh, and 4 interns at the moment have been taken to Sealdah court by the CBI. It's yet to be ascertained whether they have been taken to the court for recording their statements or whether they have been detained under Section 164 for a polygraph test. Remember, the CBI has asked for a polygraph test to be carried out of Sandeep Ghosh to see if there's more that he could really reveal through this lie detector test. And that's the latest we have on Sandeep Ghosh, that he's now been taken to Sealdah court along with 4 interns. Now, who are these interns? What kind of association they've had with Sandeep Ghosh? They've been working very closely with him. The CBI is looking into all angles, and after 7 days of grilling him, Sandeep Ghosh has now been taken to the Sealdah court, but we're yet to ascertain whether this is because he's detained or whether they've taken him to court only to record his statement. But the CBI, remember, has asked for his lie detector test to be done. In fact, a little earlier today, I myself was at the CBI office when Sandeep Ghosh, the ex-principal, arrived there. I tried to ask him a question. Of course, he did not want to speak to the media. But here is a look at what happened right in the morning when he arrived. I did try to get a comment, but in vain. Principal of RG Kar is here, as he's been called. Big question. Sandeep Ghosh, that's Sandeep Ghosh there, the ex-principal of RG Kar, who's been called in, remember, for a record 7th day for questioning here. 7 consecutive days that Sandeep Ghosh has been summoned by the CBI, which really means that they have a lot. Remember, India Today's exclusive expose showed how his own colleague, Akhtar Ali, has cast aspersions on his credibility and his past history, that he has been a corrupt principal. There were lots of reports that were presented where he misused unclaimed bodies. All right, Rajiv Saha with us for a little more on that. Let me quickly cut across. Rajiv. Rajesh, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Rajesh, if you can hear me, could you please tell me if the ex-principal has been taken to record his statement, or is he being detained with the 4 interns?
So as for the social information we are getting from CBI that he has not been detained so far. He has been taken to Shialda court by CBI officers. He was summoned by CBI today too. Today was the 7th day he was summoned by the CBI and he reached CGO complex, which is CBI office in Kolkata. And during the interrogation, CBI decided to conduct a polygraph test of the former principal of Ajiko Hospital, and for taking the permission, for taking the approval from the court, CBI has taken him to Shialda court. As for the social information we are getting from CBI, that CBI likely to seek permission for to conduct the polygraph test of former principal of Ajiko Hospital, Mr. Dr. Sandeep Ghosh. The CBI is going to appeal for his polygraph test, and to conduct this polygraph test, the approval from the court is mandatory, for which he has been taken to Shialda court, and within a few minutes CBI is likely to seek permission before the court to conduct his polygraph test for this information. Nabila.
All right, Rajesh, thank you very much. But remember that the Supreme Court has very closely looked at the fact that there's been multiple failures on the part of the West Bengal government. I'm going to repeat it multiple times as well. This is the same RG Kar hospital where the vandals barged in. That's the point where the protesters broke through the police barricades and literally rushed here where I'm standing, moving towards the emergency ward and vandalized this entire emergency ward. The 3rd floor is where the girl was raped and murdered. Now, this is precisely what the Supreme Court has picked up on, cracking a whip on the West Bengal government, and the government today as well has also filed its report responding to all those questions on why they did not have that intelligence report to suggest that there were angry protesters who were willing to come and vandalize property here. Let's take a quick look at what the Apex Court has said on that front.
Crime scene was altered. FIR was lodged only after cremation. No case details given to CBI. There were some of the scathing charges made by the CBI in the Supreme Court in the Kolkata rape and murder case. Submitting a status report in the top court, CBI lashed out at the Bengal government, alleging a cover-up.
Because our difficulty was, we entered on the 5th day. And thereafter, before that, whatever was collected by the local police, we were given. And our investigation starts, that is itself a challenge by itself, because the scene of offence is altered.
The central agency further revealed that FIR was lodged after the cremation, and the family was earlier misled by saying that it is a suicide.
FIR is registered after cremation at 11:45 night. First, the parents are informed that she is not well by the deputy superintendent. When they reach, they say that she has committed a suicide. They insisted that we want videography, we want this. This is suggestive that even they were suspecting some cover-up.
The Supreme Court for the second time tore into the West Bengal government, expressing deep concern. The Apex Court made scathing observations. Pulling up the Mamata government and state police, court questioned the timeline of the post-mortem and the registration of the crime as an unnatural death. Supreme Court bench observed that there was delay in registering unnatural death case and lodging an FIR in that matter. Supreme Court further questioned why was the crime scene cordoned off only after post-mortem.
This is something which even the Criminal Procedure Code doesn't prescribe.
Yes, exactly.
The entire procedure which has been
Your
followed by your police, police of the state, it is something which at least I have not come across.
Yes.
In 30 years of my...
I know.
We have a statement of a sitting minister of the state of West Bengal saying that, no, not all, there's something very serious.
Heated exchanges were also witnessed in the Supreme Court between Solicitor General and the Bengal Government Counsel, Kapil Sibal. Meanwhile, the CJI also directed Bengal government to not take action against peaceful protests.
What we would also expect, please don't politicize.
Exactly.
So Bindu has said bullets will be fired.
Across the political spectrum, parties have to realize, don't politicize.
That's
exactly.
The law will take its course, and we are ensuring that the law does take its course after a quick and efficient investigation.
Deeply obliged.
As protests continue across the country, the CJI appealed to doctors to end their strike. A 10-member national task force will now formulate a national protocol to ensure the safety and facilities of doctors.
The CJI said that it won't justify the belated registration of the FIR at 11:30 p.m. despite the body being discovered in the morning itself. CJI also questioned the role of the principal of the hospital. With camera person Inamil from New Delhi, this is Kanu Sarda for India Today.
Now, from all the heat that the West Bengal government has faced, we know that they finally decided to remove 3 of their senior officials of the RG Kar hospital. This very hospital here, where there are protests on for the last 2 weeks, after the huge outcry from students and protesters who are still in agitation, the state has now finally removed 3 of their senior officials from the hospital. The trainee doctor in the state-run hospital and facility was raped and murdered. According to an order, Bulbul Mukhopadhyay, the medical superintendent, vice principal of the RG Kar Hospital 2, have been removed with immediate effect. In fact, the Bengal government has also revoked its decision to transfer Dilip Ghosh. Remember, he was moved out to another hospital where he was asked to leave that hospital hours after he stepped down from RG Kar. So that transfer too has now been put on hold. Ghosh had resigned, but it appears he was still reinstated by the Kolkata government in Kolkata National Medical College. And it appears that was also picked up and pointed by the Supreme Court clearly. The transfer faced huge criticism. Supreme Court highlighted it as well, and so did the High Court. Now, Manas Bandyopadhyay, previously the principal of Barasat Medical College and Hospital, will be replacing Sandeep Ghosh as the new principal of RG Kar Hospital. Now, to give you a sense of why Sandeep Ghosh here is the man under suspicion, it's because of the kind of allegations that are leveled against him by his own colleague, Akhtar Ali, who's sort of summed it up for us on the shady past of Sandeep Ghosh that's cast a shadow on this very hospital, this institution which was once looked at as reputed.
क्या सरकारी सिक्योरिटी थी या प्राइवेट?
नहीं, वो सरकारी नहीं है, कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल वैसे वर्कर।
प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी लेके घूमते थे प्रिंसिपल।
हाँ, प्राइवेट
कॉलेज प्रेमाइसेस।
वो इतना इन्फ्लुएंशियल कि वो कॉलेज प्रिंसिपल 4 बाउंसर्स को लेके घूमते थे, 20 सिक्योरिटी।
किस बात की?
क्योंकि वो करप्टेड आदमी थे, वो बेसिकली ही इज अ क्रिमिनल माइंड, और जो आदमी ऐसा होता है उसको अपना जान का डर होता है, पैसे का डर होता है।
तो ये संजय रॉय जो है, जो मेन कल्प्रिट कोलकाता पुलिस की ओर से कहा जा रहा है, उसका किस तरह का वर्चस्व था वहां पे, कुछ आपको पता चला है?
संजय राय को अभी मैंने देखा, उस टाइम में बहुत अच्छी तरीके से नहीं जानता था, बट मैं इतना ऑब्जर्व किया हूं कि प्रिंसिपल के जो बाउंसर होते थे 4 लोग, उसमें ये संजय राय भी था, ये भी था, वो प्रिंसिपल के साथ में।
नहीं, ये बड़ी बात आप कह रहे हैं कि प्रिंसिपल के जो प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी हुआ करता था, तो ये संजय रॉय प्रिंसिपल को सिक्योरिटी देने में
उस वक्त उनके साथ देखा है बस, क्योंकि अभी उस वक्त संजय राय को उतना पहचानता नहीं था मैं। अभी जब उसकी शक्ल सूरत देख रहा हूं तो हाँ, इस लड़की को मैंने प्रिंसिपल के पास देखा है, ये बात मेरे जहन में आ रही है।
While the BJP has staged a protest, while the doctors, of course, are staging a protest here, we're looking at the opposition who's done all that they can to mount pressure on the Mamata Banerjee government. I, in fact, tracked the protests myself all along the route from the RG Kar Hospital towards the Swasthya Bhavan, the health ministry. You saw the BJP today, led by Sukanta Majumdar, Suvendu Adhikari, Agnimitra Paul, Rupa Ganguly. These are the top guns of the BJP who marched, knowing very well they're going to be detained. We expected a huge face-off, and that's exactly what happened. Barring a lathi charge, we saw all that panned out. They were detained, taken under detention by the cops there because they did not have permission. But yet they were stern to mount pressure, asking for Mamata Banerjee's resignation with immediate effect, calling her an incompetent chief minister. Right behind me there, Sukanta Majumdar, Suvendu Adhikari. These are all the top guns of the BJP who have come together with this march, but I'm going to repeat myself. They have no permission to pull off this march. As you pull off this rally with scores of your protesters,
one and only demand, Mamata Banerjee should resign. Because she is incapable. She's incapable to give the people of Bengal protection, safety. Not only women, but any citizen. There is no law and order in the state. Total anarchy. And I'm not saying that Honorable Supreme Court has said that.
Your demand.
Mamata Banerjee should resign.
Is that as simple?
Yes. She has failed as a health minister, she has failed as a home minister, and she has failed as a chief minister because she is a part of the connivance.
Suvendu Adhikari, Agnimitra Paul, Lokesh Chatterjee, Rupa Ganguly, who are protesting and leading these protests. Scores of BJP protesters right behind them as they're trying to push off barricades and move ahead towards the health ministry. And here we see barricades that have been broken. There are protesters who have just jumped over. They've just jumped over the barricades. The protesters are running amok. We're looking at huge chaos there. Agnimitra Paul has been detained. She's been taken by the police. She's been taken into detention. You're being detained by the police. What do you think? You're being detained by the police.
Shasta Bhabur, get out. Mamata Banerjee, you have to resign. You have to resign.
They want only one and only demand, Mamata Banerjee to resign. Sugandha Majumdar, who's leading this protest, the chief of the BJP unit here in West Bengal. I'm trying to get his line. Sugandha Majumdar. CBI के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में satisfied हो?
देखिए, इन्वेस्टिगेशन सीबीआई शुरू होने से पहले ममता बनर्जी के पुलिस ने जिस तरीके का इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया है, मुझे नहीं लगता सीबीआई इस केस में ज्यादा कुछ कर पाएगी। और अब जब हम शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से हमारे आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे हमारे एलओपी को, शुभेंदु अधिकारी को अरेस्ट कर लिया गया। ये सरकार पूरी तरीके से एंटी डेमोक्रेटिक है।
Their demands are clear. Mamata Banerjee resigned. Kolkata Police Commissioner stepped down on moral grounds. With camera person Pavan Nabila for India Today, Kolkata. What has happened in West Bengal with the girl, the young trainee doctor at Ajikar Hospital, has really mounted such pressure on the TMC government that we've never seen before. Mamata Banerjee certainly is facing a lot of flack, and not just from the opposition, but also within his own party. The TMC leaders themselves, many of them frowning on the way the situation was handled by the Mamata government. And let's say her own nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, at this point is furious with the way this case was handled by his own state police. In fact, Abhishek Banerjee, we saw clearly, was missing from all the protests that was carried out by Mamata Banerjee. She herself got onto the streets asking for speedy CBI investigation in the case. So Abhishek Banerjee strategically stayed away from that because he was miffed with the way this was handled in the first place. Sources say that he sought immediate suspension of Ghosh right after the rape and murder came to light, but somehow the government bodies, some of them, of course, affiliated and governed by the TMC itself, many of them insisted that he must be reinstated. Abhishek, we hear, wasn't very happy with that. The TMC MP also batted for a more ruthless approach in dealing with this case, but it appears that he is quite upset with the way the government itself, largely the police here, have dragged their feet on the case. Mamata, meanwhile, questioning Abhishek's absence in TMC rallies. As per sources, the Chief Minister thinks that her nephew must participate in the rallies and protests because it's a state government's decision. All right, remember, it's been 2 weeks. In fact, we as reporters are finding it really hard to speak to the family members of the girl, the trainee doctor who was raped and murdered. Her parents have been grieving. They're devastated. And on the day when the CBI files its report of investigation before the Supreme Court, India Today's reporter Indira has sat in front of the house for nearly 24 hours, waiting for them to speak to us, to reveal what they really feel, the emotion that they're holding back